This is CBS 46 News at 6. Getting results.
And breaking right now at 6 o'clock, a tragic end to a missing persons case.
Fort Valley State University student Anitra Gunn has been found dead. CBS 46's Ashley Thompson live tonight with new information on the grim discovery. Ashley.
Lewis Walker, Sheriff in Crawford County.
Todd Crosby, Assistant Special Agent in Charge, GBI Perry.
So can you tell us what you found, what time you found it, and just the circumstances surrounding what's going on right now?
Well, as you all know, this started this weekend, and Monday morning we came together as a task force, been meeting regular, a joint effort between all the agencies working to find Miss Gunn. Today at 3:19, deputies and members of the task force were out riding because of the weather. We couldn't get the helicopter up, so they were just riding, looking. We had an idea of the bushes and sticks that were in the front of the grill of her car. So the deputies were kind of looking for those areas. The area he found her at, he saw something similar, a little roadway going down into the woods. Rode down in till the car wouldn't go anymore because of the rain. About 150 yards off the roadway, he found the piece of the car, part of the car piece that we've been looking for. Found Miss Gunn laying very close to part of that front bumper.
How long do you suspect she had been there?
We don't have a clue. Yeah, we're going to turn the body over to the GBI Crime Lab. They have still got to verify that this is who we think it is, but at this time it hasn't been confirmed.
Has the cause of death been determined yet?
No, sir. No, the crime scene folks, when you find something like this, you back off. You call in the expert crime scene folks, and they have a very slow process because we want to get it right the first time. So body hadn't been touched at this point that I know.
Are you considering it a homicide?
At this point, we don't have a clue.
How did you know to come out here and search this area?
Like I say, they've been riding for 2 days, going down every trail, every roadway they could get a car in, a truck in. Just like I said earlier, no stone left unturned. So basically just pot luck.
And there was a $5,000 reward announced only a couple hours ago. Did somebody call in a tip in response to that?
No, sir. It was one of our deputies just doing what we asked him to do this morning, get out and beat the bushes, and he walked up on it.
We understand that you guys have been in contact with her father. Can you tell us how he's doing?
Like any father. Mr. Gunn, this is a good family that's lost a daughter. So.
Now, yesterday, you did question and then re-question Gunn's boyfriend. Did you learn new information that you're able to share with us about that interview?
No, ma'am. And we currently have the boyfriend again, interviewing him for a third time.
But you don't have any suspects at this time?
No, ma'am.
Just want to be clear, you said you're not calling it a homicide at this point, still a death investigation, sending the body to the crime lab, working through the process. Were there any visible indications of any foul play on the body when you found her?
Well, like I say, we didn't touch the body. The body was partially covered, so at that point we back off and call in the experts.
Did it appear to be partially covered as if someone tried to hide it?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you said you had no suspects that you can name. Do you have any persons of interest?
I think it's pretty common sense who our person of interest is.
Can you say it though out loud?
It's the boyfriend. We've talked to him 3 times.
Anything suspicious with what he's telling you? Why keep bringing him back in?
Has his story changed since the first interview?
We can't tell you. That's part of the investigative process.
Still not enough to arrest, though, obviously.
Not at this point.
A lot was made about the damage to the car and the bumper that was missing, and obviously there was a key. Obviously, y'all wanted to find that, right? And,
yes, sir.
It's got to be pretty interesting, at least, that you found it. It's
close
proximity.
Most definitely.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, we're not saying it's a homicide, but the car shows up in Fort Valley. It didn't get there by itself. She couldn't have drove it there, so
Can you kind of just describe one more time, because I know you answered her and said that it appeared as if somebody wanted to hide it. How exactly? Just kind of describe that for us.
Just limbs picked up from the area and laid up on the body.
Did it look like the body had been there for some time, or was it fairly recently left there?
I'm not an expert at that. I mean, I couldn't tell you.
At what point did the boyfriend become a person of interest? Was it right now or before?
I couldn't tell you.
Did you all find anything in his car when it was towed yesterday?
No, ma'am.
And no information on the bumper or anything? You just found her body here, correct?
And part of the bumper. There's still part of it missing, but part of the bumper we think belongs to the Chevrolet Cruze. Now, there again, we've got to take that to a body shop, and they've got to tell us, yes, this is the front bumper or part of the front bumper of a Chevrolet Cruze.
Was the missing cell phone, Anitra Gunn's cell phone, found on her body?
Not that I'm aware of, no, sir. Like I say, we hadn't touched the body, so we're still missing the cell phone.
Was her wallet in her car?
You were just listening to a press conference with the sheriff of Peach County, that's Sheriff Terry Deese, giving information about Fort Valley student Anitra Gunn. She had been missing since Valentine's Day. She was found in the woods. The sheriff saying that her body was partially covered as if someone was trying to conceal the fact that she was disposed of there. Right now, the boyfriend of Anitra Gunn has been interviewed for a third time. The Sheriff's Department confirming he is not considered a suspect at this time, nor are they confirming that her death is being considered a homicide. There is a full investigation. So far, no indication of foul play. But again, her boyfriend is the person of interest, undergoing a third interview, but he is not under arrest at this point.
This is the 23-year-old young woman whom police have been looking for a couple of days now. And we heard from the sheriff that they had discovered a certain kind of tree branch that was stuck, wedged into her car, into the front grille of her automobile. So they had a sense of the kind of trees and shrubbery that they were looking for. That's what led them to this particular area. And of course, it was just a couple of hours ago now that the body of Anitra Gunn was found. Her family was notified, and the investigation now continues into exactly how she was killed and who might be responsible for her murder. Just a tragic case.
The sheriff was explaining how they spoke to the father, and he was visibly upset, understandably so. We're going to continue to follow the story and keep you posted on our powerful CBS 46 news app.
Yeah, and we're showing these pictures of Alexis Crawford now because you really can't think about this case involving Anitra Gunn and not think about Alexis. The Clark Atlanta University student was murdered late last year, and investigators found her body at a DeKalb County park. Crawford's former roommate, Jordan Jones, and Jones's boyfriend, Barron Brantley, now charged with her murder.
Also breaking at 6 o'clock, a woman killed in a DeKalb County fire between I-285 and Snapfinger Drive. The fire broke out around 2 this afternoon on Troy Cove Road. Investigators say the woman killed is in her 60s. 2 other people were inside the home at the time. We did check. Fortunately, no one else was hurt. Right now, rain, boy, is it seeping into almost all of Metro Atlanta's cracks and crevices, creating a flash flood watch.
Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez is tracking the rain that's going to be hanging around for much of the week, right, Jen?
Oh, yeah, and especially for the rest of tonight. Very heavy rain continues for the evening rush hour, and this is not going anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it's going to continue to move south and plague areas of downtown Atlanta even further over the next hour or two. Right now, very heavy rain all the way from Pickens County, Paulding County, Cherokee County, Cobb County, northern Fulton County, getting a little bit of a break inside the perimeter, but just south of the perimeter in Forest Park, seeing some very heavy rain there. And this is just the beginning. We have a cold front stretched to our north, and that's what's moving through, bringing us those showers and thunderstorms. You already see all of that lightning across middle portions of Alabama and into Georgia. That's where we could see some severe weather. Does include far west Georgia, a level 1 risk of severe storms. Biggest risks going to be strong damaging winds and very heavy downpours on top of that frequent lightning. As we head through the rest of tonight, there's that heavy rain moving through. It will continue through 11 p.m. Then we'll finally start to see a break with with clearing conditions overnight. There will still be some rain early tomorrow morning, but then we'll finally get a break tomorrow afternoon, but it will be a short-lived break with more rain in the forecast on Thursday. Because we've already seen 1 to 3 inches of rain today in some spots, could see another 1 to 2 inches on top of that. Flash flood watch in effect. That continues through 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And again, another round moves in Thursday. That one could bring some wintry weather. I'll pinpoint who could see some snow and what it means for these rainfall totals coming up.
All right, thank you, Jen. CBS 46 getting results for people concerned about a crater. I mean, a huge crater. This hole on Lawrenceville Highway prompted complaints and a Facebook group page highlighting the issue.
Now a lawyer is involved, suing the owner of the lot where the crater is located. CBS 46's Adam Murphy has the story.
Just a few steps away from Lawrenceville Highway in Tucker, there's a sinkhole for the ages. This aerial drone video taken by a member of the Tucker Crater Facebook group shows the magnitude of the problem.
We thought it's only temporary.
Maya and Larry Fawn own Tucker Tire and were forced to close their shop when the hole encroached upon their business.
But it caused us a lot of pain, you know, because we was concerned about the safety of our employees when we were there, the safety of the customer, and also the citizen that would walk through, you know, the parking lot.
The fund said they notified the property owner, Mark Chin, and he tried to claim they were responsible for making repairs to a broken storm drain in the ground. That's when they hired a lawyer.
There has been a lot of finger pointing.
Attorney Linda Dunleavy filed a lawsuit against Chin in 2017, demanding he fix the problem as the property owner.
We probably tried to serve Mr. Chen a dozen times, and you know, he did things according to the process server, like run away, you know, drop the papers, you know, lock the door, look out the window. So he was definitely avoiding service.
It took 6 months to serve the lawsuit, which states that Mark Chin has caused more than $250,000 in damages to the tire shop owners.
They're the only ones who've lost in this so far.
He's a landlord, we're a tenant, and he's from China and we're from Vietnam. It's just like, you know, we seem to have a bond before, but then he just, you know, destroyed that.
The pressure is now on for Mark Chin. I contacted him today but did not hear back. I have been informed, though, that Tucker Municipal Court has issued a consent order demanding that Chin obtain permits and make repairs out here or else face hefty fines. Now, according to the Department of Transportation, Mr. Chin has obtained those permits and should start the work within the next 30 days. Cost of repairs could be about $400,000. In Tucker, Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Oh, it's been a rainy day, which is exactly what we forecasted, as well as a mild day considering. Forecast was 64. We got it to 62 within 3 degrees. So another $50 for our charity for the month of February. That is Wilderness Works, up to $500 and counting as we continue through the month. CBS 46 pinpoint radar has been nasty the entire afternoon. This is not what you want to see for the afternoon rush hour, but unfortunately, this is the cards we've been dealt. Very heavy rainfall from time to time. Now seeing moderate rain from Cherokee County to northern Cobb County, northern Fulton County. We have a brief break. If you are in the city of Atlanta right now, run to your car now before that rain comes in, because we do have a brief little window here where we are dry right now in downtown Atlanta, but just south of the city, that rain continues into Forest Park, and we've got more on the way. We have a cold front knocking on our back door. This will move through late tonight, bringing us additional showers and even some thunderstorms. Most of the storms to our west over Mississippi and Alabama, but in far west Georgia, we are under a level 1 threat of severe weather. Strong damaging winds, heavy downpours. Those are the two biggest threats. And because it's been so wet, flooding also a concern, not only tonight, but as we head into tomorrow morning, because that rain will continue through tomorrow morning. In fact, here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. By 11 p.m., that rain finally starting to push south and east of the city. Still wet overnight. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, it will be raining early in the morning. So if you're an early riser getting out at 5, 6 a.m., you will have to contend with some showers. But those of you who leave after about 9 o'clock in the morning, things looking much better. Roads will still be wet, but at least that rain will move on out. For tonight, 51 degrees. Keep that rain gear handy. 100% chance of rain, heavy at times. Tomorrow we'll start off with the rain, but then we get a break in the afternoon. We'll get several hours rain-free before another batch of rain arrives on Thursday. And Thursday is going to be our next big rainy day with an 80% chance of rain. Once this one gets out, we finally get a break on Friday and Saturday, but certainly Thursday is something we'll be watching closely. Here's a look at Wednesday afternoon. Remember that break I told you about? Looking pretty good for the lunch hour on Wednesday, but Wednesday night into Thursday, that's when the rain starts to move back in. We'll see it as early as Wednesday afternoon. Then as we head into Thursday, that's when we could see a wintry mix, even some snow in far northeast Georgia. The good news is surface temperatures will be well above freezing, so not expecting any accumulations, at least not in the metro, and even in northeast Georgia, very light accumulations on Thursday as that rain starts to move on in. Once that system moves out, we do get a break. There's that break on Friday and Saturday. Couple showers move in Sunday, but really most of the moisture moves in early next week on Monday. That's when we see more rain in the forecast, so it's going to be a very wet February as we continue over the next 7 days.